Sumedh, pleasure to see you.
Thank you very much.
Always love what Qualys is up to. I'm excited to hear what's happening here.
Same here. We're excited. We always love to innovate. That's the way we do things. So looking forward to every Black Hat.
Yeah. So I'm sure people know who you are.
I hope so.
I hope so as well. But maybe just a quick word about your role as CEO at Qualys and what that means to you at the moment.
Yeah, I'm a CEO of Qualys now, but I've been at Qualys for 23 years. I was started as one of the initial software engineers on the scanner back in the day when people used to scan once every 90 days and gave 90 days for IT to fix everything. And now we're talking about 90 seconds. But it's been a great journey, and I'm excited to lead Qualys from an innovation perspective, changing with the industry and helping customers create solutions that really make their life a lot easier.
Yeah, Qualys has been a leading innovator for this industry for sure, dating back many years, of course, and you haven't stopped. So what are you seeing in the market that leads you to how you look at innovation at Qualys today?
It's interesting. In many ways, the basics of cybersecurity have not changed, even though the new technology that keeps coming changes. But no matter whether it's a brand new technology that comes, whether it was virtualization, it was cloud, now it's AI, it's going to be quantum in the future, the basic questions that cyber teams have remain the same. Where's my stuff?
Right.
Nobody knows, right? So that's the big challenge. Second is, once I kind of figure out my inventory, what is my assessment of my inventory? Third thing that comes out of that is, no matter who you are, you will never be able to fix everything that comes out of an assessment, which means that prioritization is important. Whether it's AI or cloud, prioritization becomes important. And then at the end of the day, you can do all of that and you can build dashboards, and like I like to say, you can have dashboard tourism, but if you don't fix it, it's of no use. So ability to remediate is always been there. I think what has changed now is the speed at which all of this is needed, because the speed that technology is enabling attackers to use frontier models and to be able to do things that actually are helping them get quicker and faster. And so it's a game of cat and mouse.
Yeah. When I was building software, it was always the dashboard. Where are the reports? Where are the That's not going to help you in 90 seconds. Right?
Yeah, it's not, because today if you look at the CISA board asking government agents to fix things in 3 days, if you look at people talking about zero-day remediation, can I get things fixed in the first 24 hours? You just cannot do that by having somebody look at a dashboard. And so some form of autonomous remediation is going to be very important. And again, forget the technology, whether it's AI or this or that. I think when the attackers are using AI, and when your board is saying, hey, how are you going to fight autonomous AI-based exploitation? Your response cannot be, we're going to hire more people. Your response has to be, we're going to enable some form of autonomous remediation capability as a roadmap, and that's where that dashboard is not part of that. You got to be able to make decisions to fix things quick and fast.
Yeah, just like, probably, hopefully do it justice, but just like Qualys initially helped security teams scale phone management, we're in that same position now, especially looking at AI.
Yes, very much. It's about leveraging that technology for an outcome, right? So back then it wasn't about the fact that, SaaS, and we were the first one in SaaS and cloud. It was that using the SaaS and cloud technology, we enabled a scale that was not possible back then with on-prem solutions. People were able to actually scan their stuff every hour, 4 hours. So now what we are doing is really enabling that scale, leveraging AI to say, yes, you can detect, prioritize, and get things fixed in the first 24 hours because of AI.
Yeah, and those are the three pillars.
Those are the three pillars,
so
yes.
Maybe share a little bit about each one.
Sure.
What they mean to your customers.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the outcome has to be things are fixed before attackers get there. Whether you use a bunch of humans or if you're using AI, the goal has to be that. So now, if you're going to want to get something fixed in the first 24 hours, then you need to be able to detect it first, right? If your detection takes 3 days, that's no point, right? So AI speed detection becomes very important. You cannot wait for 2 days to a scan to run and have findings. Second pillar becomes the hyper prioritization. Even before, because even before frontier models came out, people were barely able to fix 5% of what they were finding. Now with the findings going up, it's even lower. So even that 5% is becoming a lot. So instead of theoretical prioritization with scores, can you actually just run an exploit and test if your other controls are blocking it or not?
Right.
So that becomes the second pillar, which is can I hyper prioritize? If it's 1% based on theoretical stuff, it's like 20% of that 1% is actually exploitable in your environment because you paid money for firewall, you paid money for EDR. So now you have that. And then the third pillar is I need to get it remediated.
Right.
So once I reduce, so autonomous remediation, step number one, fix the least. More you fix, more chance something will go wrong. So hyper prioritization helps that. Second is, can I have an option with a mitigation or a compensating control that does not need a patch? I reduce my risk further. Number three is, if I'm going to still have to patch, can I get a confidence, which what we do is with using AI, we built a patch reliability score. So I have better confidence that this score has a patch has a high reliability and it does not need a reboot. Then I could actually apply it, and it's, by the way, it's on a laptop. I can do this autonomously. I don't need to have a human involved. So at the end, if you don't go fully autonomous for everything, even if 20-30% of your stuff becomes autonomous, you have more time to focus on the rest of it to do that quickly. So those are the three pillars: AI speed detection, hyper prioritization, and autonomous remediation.
So what's the impact to some of your customers? Maybe a use case or a case study if you want.
Yeah.
Name or anonymous.
Yeah.
What are some of the results you're seeing?
Yeah, that's a great point. Look, I think we kind of innovated in the patch management space like 4 or 5 years ago when everybody around here was telling us that's not a good idea, right? So fortunately, I didn't really quite listen to them. But because of that, what has happened is that we've deployed over 500 million patches. In the last 12 months, we deployed 150 million patches. But the most interesting thing was 40 million of those are already autonomously deployed with no human intervention. So autonomous remediation is not the future, it's already here. And I'll give an example of a customer. They are a global company with 450,000 employees. Like, I don't want to be HR for that company.
Right, exactly.
But 450,000 employees, globally distributed, consultants, always on the go. And each and every one of their laptops for their employees has a Qualys agent that is doing autonomous patching. And the way the autonomous patching works is that as soon as Google Chrome releases a patch, as an example, our agent will not even run a vulnerability scan and do all that dashboarding. It will just download the patch and apply it. Because if your organization is going to stop working because you auto-applied a patch on Chrome, that you have a different problem. Right. The security is not your problem. So what is interesting about that is that what they show to their board is not the counts of vulnerabilities or patches. What they tell their board is that we can basically our exposure on our employee laptops is maximum of 4 hours from the patch from the time a patch is released to the time that they're exposed. That's a great example of how you can basically say our job is, there is nothing like zero risk. Our job is to reduce risk, and if I can show that my risk is reduced to 4 hours by using autonomous patching on systems that otherwise should not cause a business outage, that's a big win.
Long way since Patch Tuesday every week.
Patch Tuesday is becoming bigger, and patches. I don't think the Patch Tuesday and waiting for a month is going to sustain. Right? We're going to see disclosures come out even faster, and that's why when we released InstaScan recently was that can I give you that disclosure or the finding within an hour of the vendor doing a disclosure.
Yep.
So that's the new technology. I call it scanless scanning, but the idea that you can actually, and that becomes very important because you cannot wait.
I wish I had more time. I want to dig into scanning.
Yeah, it's.
I think we only have a minute left, so I want to give you a chance to maybe speak to the CISO community.
Yes.
And maybe give them a tip of something they should be prepared for the future. I don't know if it's frontier ready or something else that you want to share.
I think the number one thing for CISOs to remember is that they are a business partner, and when they talk about business, it's less about the specific technology and more about the concept of risk management. And I think technologies will come and go, but the idea that the CISO needs to provide the board and the CEO a visibility into the overall risk of loss to the business and how much they're spending and is the loss or the risk under an acceptable appetite is more important. Whether it's AI or on-prem or cloud, the question always is, I have a $500 million business, how much loss would I have if there was a breach? And then today, is my risk level under an acceptable risk appetite? And the rest of it, can I transfer to my cyber insurance company? honestly, that's where CISO should be focusing on, and not the latest and greatest like magic technology that people have, like nobody can detect the shadow AI like us, etc. It's about, can I continuously give my board the confidence that I'm under acceptable risk appetite, and if I'm not, I'm going to spend this much money to bring the risk of $80 million down into an acceptable level. That's be a business partner is really what I tell CISOs.
Yeah, I love it. Sumedh, you're amazing.
Thank you very much.
The future is bright for you and the Qualys team.
Yes, of course.
And I encourage everybody to connect with you and your crew.
Yes.
Be prepared for the future.
Of course.
Be ready for today. Get your own rock. I love the rock story
Yeah,
too.
the rock is like, yeah,
It's really
you have a
cool.
sock, how about a rock, right? Build a rock.
Exactly. So yeah, we've had many chats. I've had many chats with the team, so I'm going to encourage everybody to listen to those.
Awesome.
Thanks everybody for joining us, and stay tuned for more from Black Hat USA 2026.
Thank you very much. That was good. I enjoyed that. Thank you.
Nice one.
Thank you.